Hi everyone, Samantha Turetsky here, co-host of the Employment Huddle podcast. I'm coming on with some very exciting news for employers, and that is Governor Hochul just signed an amendment to the New York labor law that oversees the rise and frequency of pay cases. Now, any employer who's been subject to one of these cases knows how absolutely brutal it is. Under this new amendment, employers who pay their manual workers at least semi-monthly, even though they're supposed to be paid weekly, will only be subject to interest on the late payments instead of having to pay them the entirety of the late wages. Now, manual workers under the law are still supposed to be paid weekly, and that is something that every employer should make sure that they're doing. However, if an employer is paying them at least semi-monthly, the damages will no longer be double damages for all of the wages that are late. Instead, it will be the interest that has accrued on those late payments, which is a game changer for these types of cases and will hopefully slow down the immense amount that we've been seeing lately. Now, employers must be careful because under this amendment, liquidated damages are still available against any employer who's already been found liable in court or by the Department of Labor for these frequency of pay cases. So if you've already been subject to this type of claim and have lost, you are still subject or potentially subject to liquidated damages for cases in the future. So you have to be careful. Every employer should still check how they're paying their employees and making sure they're paying them accurately. Manual workers in New York State should still be paid weekly. However, this amendment to the law will definitely help reduce the amount of cases that we're seeing on the frequency of pay claims, because previously the damages were just so astronomical and so difficult for employers to defend themselves against. Now, this amendment will change it from liquidated damages to just interest on the late payments, which is a game changer. We will continue to monitor this amendment and come to you with any updates that we have. But right now, employers can rejoice.